stuff in relationships. None of us are escaping it. None of us. And even if you're not in an intimate relationship, there's going to be some relationship in your life that's going to be getting restructured in some way. So we'll talk about that as we go along. Now that we have an unlimited amount of time, I could just chat along and just, okay. So for your crown, we got 6th house routine. Oh my gosh. So Gemini, so we have so much activity going on in your 5th and 6th house this month. I kind of feel like I want to talk about this first before I pull the general energies, because this is really incredible that we got this. So Gemini, you guys are going to be made to look at your health. Okay, a couple of areas this is going to deal with. Okay, but this is going to remind us that what we need to do to maintain good health, and this is where like diet figures in. Anything that comes under like alternative health or various approaches to strengthening the body and supporting a healthy lifestyle are going to be pretty front and center for you right now. This is also about duty, responsibility, gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, and what you do on a daily like 9 to 5. And why I think this is incredible is because, well, we have a couple of things going on this month that definitely support this. But on October 15th, Mercury in Scorpio, trine Neptune and Pisces. This is where, on the one hand, your creativity will be off the charts. Like things are just going to be hitting you. But don't be surprised here if you find yourself really looking at and questioning your everyday routines, like your 9 to 5 and what you do. And you feeling really pushed to just make some changes right now. Just really make some changes. So you're going to be looking at, because this is, it's 6th house is the house of the job, right? How do you earn a living as an everyday citizen, So change in a job right now is very possible. Some of you really making a very clear decision to change your path, This is also, though, going back to the health, I do get a lot of you are going to be, feeling pushed at least to make that doctor's appointment, get on that diet, start that workout regimen. I mean, so much so that I feel like a good handful of you are actually going to, this change in career is actually going to be bringing you into an area of life that deals with this. So it could be some of you deciding to become a personal trainer or massage therapist, or getting into acupuncture, or getting into becoming a yoga instructor or Pilates instructor, or getting into meditation, or something having to do with mental health, maybe psychology, anything to do with that. I feel like a lot of you are going to be really at least entertaining that. But as the 6th house has everything to do with your routine and what you do regularly, you're definitely going to experience some changes and disruptions in your schedule. And listen, what's happening this month, guys, right? Mercury going retrograde. I like Mercury going retrograde. I'm ruled by Mercury. You guys know I'm a Gemini too. And you know what? It's all good, It really makes us just stop in our tracks, even though there's a lot of inconvenience. As I've been saying, I'm like the poster child for Mercury retrograde. Like, you name it, traveling issues, communication issues, technology issues, I have so much Mercury in my chart. Not everybody does, so it all depends on how much, you have in your chart. But things are definitely going to be, there are going to be disruptions. And a really great way to circumvent this is to know going in that you're going to be dealing with that, and to really give forethought to everything that you can. Obviously, we can't control everything, right? But really think about, try to give forethought, definitely give extra time to travel, and really think things through. If you're going to be committing to something, I don't believe that we can't commit to things at Mercury retrograde. I just think it's a time where we just need to be more careful. Definitely more careful. And there's an energy going on this month. It's going to make everybody a little more critical, but you in particular in this energy, yeah, you're definitely going to feel like either you're being very critical of others in your life, or you're going to feel like others are being really critical of you. So you're going to want to clear up or correct any matters that may have become unhinged or at least off track up until this point. And a lot of people are feeling this just because, again, we have this Libra energy, which is all about relationships, and we have all this Scorpio energy, and we have Mars in there, right? So there's going to be like a sense of aggressiveness about it. So this is not bad. This is all really good. This is just you knowing going into this period, there are going to be a lot of conversations, there are going to be adjustments, and patience is definitely going to be necessary here. Definitely. But think step by step and have patience. You know, all of like the little things build up to the bigger things, right? For the good and bad. So you're going to get what you want. I do feel like you're going to get what you want, but you have to stick to taking things step by step. Yeah, that's what I'm feeling for you guys. All right, so let's pull these cute little Halloween tarots we get to use once a year. They are so super cute though, and I actually get very good messages. So let's see, Spirit, any messages that Gemini needs to know? Last weeks of October 2019. We are starting off this period on the 14th with the Sun in Libra square Pluto and Capricorn. So, you know, just know there might be some insecure power struggles going on. Could be, you know. Just get in touch with where you feel vulnerable in any way that might be clouding how you see others in situations that are going on in your life right now. Oh, you might be on the receiving end of this, but just a careful and honest evaluation of the issues at hand is all that you need to do. That's it. Easier said than done, I know, but you know what? What ends up on the other side of this is good. For good or bad, you know? And the messages that we're going to be pulling are going to be for you and this person or situation external for you. Apply it how you see fit. So when I say external to you, this could be a family member, a friend, an employer, an employee, you know, colleague. So first we're going to pull for your past. Then we're going to pull for your present. I'm going to pull for your mindset. And then I'm going to pull 2 for your fears. And then after we do this, we'll sweep this and then we'll go into blockages, different than fears, and your outcomes. Okay. All right, so going into your past, we have the 5 of Ghosts, which is the equivalent of the 5 of Cups reverse. So this is telling me that you are in a space of feeling... yeah, just really kind of like sad about something. Something not going the way that you thought. You weren't feeling very connected and you felt the need to kind of walk away from a situation, you know. You felt that you weren't getting the love and the deep love though, like the soul connection that you needed. Because I am getting for many of you, this could be where like you were with a person or in a situation that on many levels you connected, but at the deepest seed of it all, you felt this thing that was just not right for you. And you couldn't, there's no escaping it. There's no escaping it. Now some of you might, then we have the Strength card for the person or situation. Some of you might have been dealing with a Leo, right? Because it's the Strength card. But this could also be somebody who was feeling, you know, very ego-driven, this person or situation, and this was making you feel very, very disappointed, where they felt like they needed to be front and center of a situation where they weren't being very open-minded. Now, the thing is, the strength card can also be somebody who you might have been dealing with a person or situation who were those things, but at the same time, they were also very, very willing to work at things with you. Because the Strength card is, you know, look at her looking at grabbing that lion by the mouth. She knows that the lion could turn around and snap at her and hurt her, but she approaches it anyway. So I do feel that on the one hand, you may have been dealing with a person or situation where either the situation seemed a little self-serving to you, or maybe the person seemed a little too ego-driven to you. This person nonetheless did want this thing with you. They did want this relationship. They did want you to work for them. They did want to work with you, or have some sort of connection with you, but you weren't feeling it in the same way. On a very deep emotional level, something was not lining up for you, is what I'm getting. Now, the 9 of Pumpkins reverse, which is the 9 of Pentacles reverse, tells me that you're in a space of feeling like you're just not able to, right now, okay, that there's this lack of attainment in this cycle that you want. Okay, there's something where you're in okay, I'm getting this pretty strong. So you guys are in a space where you're recognizing the good. You are recognizing all of the good elements that are there. I'm getting a very heavy work vibe for many of you more than anything. But again, take these messages as you see fit. But I feel like you have money coming in. It's not that the money's not coming in. Maybe we could all use more money, right? I mean, I'm not saying that, you're rolling in money. But it's less the amount of money and more about either the hours that you're having to put in, what this job is requiring of you, what's required of you in your day to day. Like you're just feeling pulled in 12 directions and it's so not okay with you. You feel like you're losing yourself up for a bit in it all. And you're wondering if it's even worth, what you're getting out of it. And yeah, and I'm getting that this makes perfect sense to me, right? Because you are really in this space of, deep conversations, necessary breakthroughs have to happen through, this could even be though with yourself, right? Solutions to issues in relationships and in situations of all kinds are going to become very obvious in this energy, especially around like the 20th when Venus in Scorpio sextiles Saturn in Capricorn. And whenever the planets have sex, it's good for us, right? So it's always a good thing, even if it's a little challenging with that Saturn in Capricorn. It's for the good or for the not so good, depending on your chart. But this is about solutions. And I feel like you definitely need this because there's change upon you, Gemini, and you need to have these internal conversations and these external conversations. And I am getting it. Look, you're dealing with the Page of Imps. This is a Page of Wands. This is somebody who feels very motivated to start this new thing where they're understanding that I'm getting here, okay, if this is resonating at all with you, that you're dealing with a person or situation where it's like they hear you. They hear you and they want to have this thing with you. They want to move forward with you. But this is the thing, Gemini. Are you being totally honest with them? And are you being totally honest with yourself? Now, this situation may very well have very little to do with this external person or situation. This may be so internal and they want to be with you and they want to work it through with you, but you're trying to work through your own stuff and figuring out where Gemini belongs right now. What is the best path for Gemini? For sure. Now I have, what's in where your mental space is, where your head is at. We have the King of Ghosts, which is the King of Cups, and I love this for you. So this tells me that you are not afraid of committing to something. You're not at all. You're not afraid to commit to a relationship. You're not afraid to commit to a job. You're not afraid to even commit to a shift in your path. You're not afraid. Geminis are so ballsy anyway, right? And we really embrace change, right? We're fine with that. But this is like, you're not afraid at all in this energy. And I love it. But you feel like, all right, where are the opportunities, though, that are best going to serve me? And as if what is what's in front of me actually the path that I'm supposed to be on? And I feel like this is going to be you really negotiating this with yourself and with people external to you, where you're going to be in a space of trying to figure out, all right, you know what, if I stay in this or I continue doing this, okay, but can we make it look a little different? Can my hours be different? Yeah, I am just getting a lot of you, a very heavy career vibe. Either you're going to be changing careers, you're going to be changing hours, changing maybe staying with the same company, but changing locations, something like that. Yeah, there's definitely change happening here because this person or situation that you're dealing with, we have the Death card. So I love the Death card. Love the Death card because, very Scorpionic energy. We have a lot of Scorpio inflecting us during this time. But this is very necessary. This is the ending of a cycle up to now, but it's the rebirth. What I like about the Death card is it's something's dying off, but something new is coming in. So this could be, if it's a person or a situation, let's just say it's an intimate relationship, right? This is you not being afraid to commit, totally being in touch with what's necessary for you to commit, right? You realizing everything that you need, and your partner, if this is an intimate relationship, realizing like, okay, the way we've been doing things up to this point, all of that seriously needs to be like buried with a big elaborate tombstone, and we need to just like move the hell on, create a new foundation, start new, start fresh. That's not always easy, right, guys? I mean, keeping it real, The words sound awesome. Fresh start, new start. Well, that requires heavy communication, heavy unpacking. And you have to know it's not going to be easy. But I do get that for those of you in relationships, this is what's necessary if you guys are going to be working this out. Now, I do want to say, as an aside to this, and this goes for all the signs right now, as I mentioned before, everyone is going through relationship stuff. Everyone. Like nobody's business. We haven't seen transits like this in 30 years, okay? It is real, right? We're all going through it in one way or another. It doesn't have to be with your partner. It could be your relationship with work, your relationship with yourself. Big time Gemini. Seriously, Geminis have been having these major changes internally, especially the past year and a half, in the biggest way. Yes, okay, all of that. But if you're not dealing with somebody who's on the same page as you, who's not in the same heart space, chances are this thing is going to fall away. Okay, I do want to just say that, just because this is a general reading, okay? But if you are in a situation where you know you're with somebody who is ultimately healthy for you, and you guys are just, you know, in a weird space because of work, because of poor communication, because of whatever, you know, just things building up in weird ways that you guys just need to communicate up to this point you didn't, the communication is gonna be happening. It is definitely gonna be happening. Absolutely. I mean, we have, the thing is like, the 20th into the 21st, right? We have Venus in Scorpio sextile Saturn in Capricorn. So on the 20th, this energy supports really great negotiating in relationships of all kinds, right? No matter what, it's negotiating. Good, not so good, but negotiating nonetheless. And then into the 21st, though, we have that same Venus and Scorpio trine Neptune and Pisces here, okay? So the sextile is happening on the 20th. I'm sorry, on the 21st, we're having that trine. So the energy becomes so amped up on the 21st in the romance sector and emotions for those of you in that space. Sex is going to be and feel different during this aspect. It's going to be real deep. It's deepening. Now, for others of you, it's going to be transitioning, where you're going to feel like when you have sex, it's like not right. You're not connecting. So you're going to be transitioning away from each other. It really does depend on what else is in your chart. And for those of you not in this space at all right now, you may begin to see and feel the vibes in your friendships deepening and just changing in a way. Lots of changing in this energy, you know? Definitely. Okay? And then we have the Seven of Ghosts. So, and then we have the Five of Pumpkins. So, Five of Pumpkins is the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Ghosts is the Seven of Cups. So, yeah, listen, I'm getting that you guys are just afraid, Gemini. You're afraid of this next cycle not really feeding your heart space. Something is very off in your heart space right now. And I'm getting that the person or the situation that you're feeling with, they're vibing it and they're feeling very unsupported right now, even if it's only in their own minds. Because the Five of Pumpkins or the Five of Pentacles is really about like a lack mentality, you know, and it could be having to do with money. Yes, of course. Maybe they're feeling like if they had more money, you know, things would be okay with you guys. That could certainly be it. But Pentacles is also, you know, as I always say, it's how we do relationships, because it's mental connection, it's emotional. It's the mental, the psychological, and the physical connection we have, right? So it's how we do relationship. And when we deal with the Five of Pentacles energy or the Five of Pumpkins energy, this is really about them feeling a lack in this area. But the thing is, it really is more perceived than anything else, because all this person has to do is just turn to their left, over their left shoulder, and look up. And there's help right there. But this is them kind of getting caught in their own thoughts and their own like mental space, you know, of what they think things should look like. And there's a disconnect. So I'm feeling here that the fear for each of you is disconnect. There's a fear of disconnect here. And then we have the Four of Bats reverse, this is the Four of Swords reverse. So this is you really fearing what's going to come next. And you're both afraid, because then we have the Queen of Ghosts, which is the Queen of Cups reverse. So this is somebody who is just not sharing everything that's in their heart with you. And I'm getting it's because they're afraid to. Not that like I'm getting past couple of readings, Gemini, I have been getting that whatever person or situation that you're dealing with that's close to your heart space, it's not that like boo, they're afraid of you kind of thing. It's that they don't want to be on the outs with you. It's that they want things to work. It's that they, for some of you, it could be that this person just wants things their own way and they're not accepting of the fact that you have your own way, your own view of seeing things, okay? But I'm also getting that for many of you, this person or situation that you're dealing with may actually be external to what your biggest issue is on your plate right now, which may quite frankly be exactly where does Gemini see Gemini going. You really trying to be very autonomous in this space, figuring out your next move regarding like what is best for you, really just like what's just best for you. And I'm getting that for many of you, it's going to be you not being completely open, and not in a malicious kind of way. But the thing is, Gemini, 100% you're going to be pushed to look at this stuff. You really are. You're going to be pushed. It's the way to... October 27th, we have the new moon of 4 degrees of Scorpio and Mars in Libra square Saturn and Capricorn. And even though that this new moon has great potentials for new chapters in relationships, the concurrent aspect with Mars and Saturn definitely amps up the likelihood of there being some sort of frustration and obstacle, but it's through that you're going to have communication happen, right? Because we really have to have this communication, right? And then the next day on the 28th, we have Sun and Scorpio opposing Uranus and Taurus, and that's about sleeplessness and anxiety. But what's amazing about what I love about the 28th is that you guys are going to have this idea that's just going to hit you from out of nowhere, that's going to shift your path. And the thing is, these ideas are going to be, you have to be open to hear them and feel them, but these insights are going to be in and out really quick. So write down anything that's meaningful to hold on to the information, because you don't want to forget about it. But you're going to be struck with solutions at this point around the 28th. So like towards the end of this cycle, you are going to be struck with solutions for sure. Okay, so let's see how that lines up then with your blockages, which are different than fears again, and the outcome energies. Yeah, the full moon. I think personally, I think that's positive. I really do. And then on the 30th, we have Mercury in Scorpio, conjunct Venus in Scorpio. So big money news, my friends. Big money news. I really feel like you guys are going to be making changes in your career sector that are really going to ultimately impact you in such a positive way. Also, big love news on that day, on the 30th, So big money news, big love news, beautiful, can come in at that point. An important discussion definitely is going to be very relevant to relationships or money. Something to do with money, relationships could take center stage, right, on that 30th, right, front and center. So very deep insights or breakthroughs, right? Talking about these breakthroughs. Yeah, these ideas just coming out of nowhere, these beautiful breakthroughs coming in at the end of this month. So you're going to be figuring stuff out, Gemini, for sure. The only thing is, like, be really patient and make sure you're communicating in a healthy way with your partner. For those of you who are partnered, communicate with your family and friends. Let them know if you're not acting yourself, that it's really not them. It's just not them. For those of you dealing with the relationship, listen, your motivation to change jobs might have something to do with your relationship. Like maybe your partner's not making enough money, or maybe you feel like your partner's very controlling with money and you feel very kind of focused on increasing your own resources so that you can be more autonomous within the relationship. It could be any of those things, because this is a general reading. I give you everything I'm getting. And then also, while I cut this, let's just mention October 31st, Mercury retrograde, 27 degrees of Scorpio, back to 11 degrees of Scorpio. So this is going to be hanging out, like the whole Mercury thing, Mercury retrograde, until around December 8th, dealing with post-shadow and all that nonsense. So it's definitely like an inward time, inward and backwards, right? So this is really like taking everything that you've been going through up to, this point, the past couple of months, and saying, okay, what needs to be addressed, what needs to be looked at, because miscommunication is really possible now. You guys know this, right? Misunderstandings. But this is a beautiful energy to take care of that stuff, to talk things out. It's beautiful. So supportive. Flexibility and patience, again, are necessary. Make the most out of the opportunities that are given to you at this time, for sure. People or situations are very likely to come out from the past in a profound way. And what do I mean by that? Yes, those of you who maybe are in a weird, like, no contact situation, chances are very high with this energy at the end of this time period to reconnect with somebody. But even the situations within your relationship, things might have been building up to this point that you guys haven't really been addressing in the best way. Maybe not fully, maybe not in a healthy way, and you can now. So it's really good. Just keep in mind that the couple of days before Halloween, right, in the States, it's the 31st, and the couple of days after this transit, it's pretty powerful energy. So just try to stay grounded and just be mindful of that's, that's what's happening. Okay, I'm going to have to pull qualifiers. I could see that already. Okay, so your blockage, Gemini, is the Eight of Swords reverse. So this tells me that you are very much in your mind feeling like, wow, this is such an internal energy. This is feeling very blocked. This is like, the Eight of Swords upright is the card of self-imprisonment. Right, where you have yourself stuck in a situation that you really don't need to be stuck in. But I'm getting that it's more mental than anything in the reverse. It really is. But I feel like you're starting to come out of it, right? So the blockage here is you coming out of it. You're having a hard time seeing the forest for the trees. But I am getting that on a very surface level, you're able to talk yourself through stuff. But I'm not getting that you're dealing with the real meat and potatoes, the most important aspects of what you should be looking at right now. And that's blocking you. And what's blocking your partner or external situation is the Knight of Cups energy. And this is somebody, they're blocked by the fact that they want to give you all of their emotions, but they're feeling blocked by you. And this situation that you guys are in, they're feeling like they want to, but they're feeling blocked in their ability to do that. And then the Seven of Wands reverse is just about, a willingness to create this new foundation and this new place. And you're feeling very blocked in your ability to do that, Gemini. And I feel like for a lot of you, the reason you're feeling this blockage is because you feel very entrenched in what you're feeling right now in your work, right? Where a lot of you are just too damn busy. You're just too busy. You're involved in too many things, or, you're working all these hours. You're not making enough money, or you just feel like you don't have enough time to do the things that you really want to do, and it's making you feel very unmotivated because wands are will, and when we have them in the reverse, there's a lack of motivation and there's delay. And there's this lack of motivation and feeling for you to continue building something in the way that it's being built. Now, this could have to do with relationship, again, or it could have to do with the job. I do get that your partner here is feeling disrespected and feeling like they're going to have this ability to arrive with you, because the Six of Wands is the card of respect. And that since it's in the blockage, this tells me that they're feeling blocked in feeling respected by you, in being able to have that celebratory kind of movement forward, being really happy in where you guys are going together, and they're having a really hard time being in that space with you because of this issue. I feel like I want to get some more information. Why are these blockages here, Spirit? Please give me some information about the blockages, because then I see that first outcome card is the Death, but then we have the Queen of Swords, and that's you figuring it out. So let's get some more information on these blockages, please, Spirit. These blockages. Okay. Let's talk about you first. I'm more concerned about you. I think, the person or situation you're dealing with is pretty good. I'll pull some cards on there. I think they're pretty self-explanatory. So, blockage here, additional information on why you're feeling these blockages. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. Okay, Gemini, in some way, I feel like you left this situation already. Or maybe you feel like the person you're dealing with left the situation already. Like mentally, like they're gone. Like I feel like you feel like this. This does not mean that it's real, but I feel like in your mind, you're feeling either you already checked out of a certain situation. Now, this could certainly be like you checking out of this career of yours, this job that you're in, this way of life. It's like, I'm so done with what everything's been like up to this point, and you're just not wanting to deal with it anymore. But then at the same time, you're feeling super excited to move forward. And I feel like this is just, let's go and let's build something over there where I'm not right now, but let's go do this over there. So I do get that. Now let me just pull a couple of cards for this person that you're with. I mean, that makes sense to me. But before we do that, Spirit, is the Six of Swords reverse real or not real? Is the Six of Swords reverse real or perceived? Real or not real? Real or not real? I don't read reversals and yes, no's. So we have the Five of Cups. Okay. Give me some more information on that, please. Okay. Okay. All right. That makes sense. Okay, so the yes no card you have is the Five of Cups. And the Five of Cups card is actually one of the 3 cards in the tarot. That means maybe. It depends on how hard you're willing to work to make it happen, because it is a card of emotion, but it's a card of not having all the information, right? Because we have these 2 cups behind you. So let's take a look at what you would have to do in order to make this happen. So a firm foundation is absolutely necessary, 100%, right? 8 of Wands is beautiful. This is about quick energy coming in to establish a new foundation. So this is about you making a very fast decision, Gemini, where you're like, you know what? I'm just going to do this. I'm not going to sit and wait. I'm not going to sit and talk about it anymore. I'm going to put my plans in motion. This is what I'm going to do. It's not going to be so easy, though, having to do with all of the other aspects in your life, whether it's the person that you're working with now, the person that you're in a relationship with, whatever the situation is, there's going to be an argument, but it's going to be one where nobody's actually winning, and it's going to be the end of a necessary cycle with this Ten of Swords. But I really like this because this indicates that there's going to be change for you, and change is something that you really, really need. Like whatever you've been in, however you've been working your day-to-day up to this point, it's not working for you. The changes are necessary, and you're going to feel very pushed and very full of insight in this energy to figure out at least the next move. You might not have it all figured out, but you're going to have there's a seed that's going to be planted. Maybe it's a song that you hear or something that you see while you're driving, just something that somebody says in passing. Something is going to plant a seed in your mind that's going to give you a little bit of clarity on where you want to switch your path to. And I really, really like this for you. This is absolutely, that's all very positive, and that gives a positive spin to that cups, that Five of Cups energy. Okay, so what's going on with them? Okay, yeah, I mean, look, how's your partner feeling? Your partner is feeling like you're not being totally honest with them and that you're not supporting them. This is the thing. And again, this doesn't have to be real, meaning this could just be the way they're perceiving things. But Gemini, it could be because you're so wrapped up in your head in trying to figure out, what your next step is. It's not even like you're holding back information out of malice. Again, like I said before, it's like you're trying to figure out your truth right now. And it's like they're feeling a little left out of that. But, supporting, again, picking up additional information on this Ten of Swords energy, we have the Death card, which is beautiful. We have the Sun and we have the Pope there. Such a scorpionic energy, right? But this is ending and beginning. This is exactly what we're talking about, okay? But I'm getting that your partner is not digging it with you. We have the King of Swords reverse. So swords are truth. So in this reverse, I don't know if your partner is telling you that they're on board with you, that they're supportive of you, that they're going to have your back no matter what, and they're not being honest with you or themselves or something. But I am getting that they are not having an easy time dealing with what this sounds really terrible to say, but with what your list of demands are, and I don't mean it to sound like condescending in any way, but just like what you need to do right now in a very pragmatic way to move your life forward in a way that you feel is necessary. And Gemini, listen, you are the queen right now. Honestly, the Queen of Swords, this is, swords energy, this is air energy, this is you. This is you really having a very clear picture on how you want your reality to be framed and what you want for yourself. By the end of this period, you're going to have a much more clear perspective on what you want for yourself. Again, you may not have all the answers, but you're going to be recognizing your own truth. And you're going to be recognizing and admitting and having the conversation about not having that ultimate utopia for yourself at this point. And definitely recognizing that things need to change, but your partner's going to feel like that, temperance reverse is about, a certain level of unfairness where, what is temperance in the upright? It's the alchemical card, right? It's about taking what you need and taking what I need and then coming up with this third thing, and that would be what the relationship needs, right? And that's what it is. It's this mixing of energies, this mixing of emotions. I need, you need, with the blessing of the sun, dealing with our emotions. But in the reverse, it's not happening. So there's this sense of unfairness. Now, they might be very unfair with you, or they might be feeling like you're being unfair with them. But regardless, Gemini, I feel like you are so strong right now in this energy, and you want this person, whoever it is in your life. This could be your family, this could be your good friends, this could be your partner, this could be whoever it is in your life who is like your person or your solid, you want them on your side. But I feel like for some reason, whether it's they're envious of something or something, they're just not 100% on board with you. Let's get some more outcome energies. Wheel of Fortune reverse, okay? Okay, Six of Cups, do like that. Magician reverse, okay. All right, the Wheel of Fortune it's the Wheel of Fate, right? And in the reverse, this typically indicates something going in a very negative direction for you. The Magician is the trickster, poor communication. But you know what else the Magician means too? This makes sense to me. The interpretation that I'm feeling for you within the context of this reading, the Magician is also about being faced with a choice, being faced with two paths, being made to choose between two things. So this could be for some of you, this wanting to go off and have this fabulous new career, but then it's maybe an issue for your relationship and you feeling like you need to choose for some of you. For others of you, it might be the things that you're trying to choose between could be two people, or it could be between two jobs, right? But it's this poor communication that leads to this space. This is a very deep space, but it's you not being fully honest, not only with your person, the people around you, but Gemini, with yourself. And the person that you're dealing with is just thinking back to like wonderful, loving times. They love you. And they want this thing with you. The Four of Swords is like, okay, we've gone through the gigs, right? Definitely, right? Because this is a soldier who's back from war. Been through it. Now what's my next step? I feel so blessed to have been here. There is a reason I'm here. There's a reason we're still standing, right? And it's a beautiful energy, the Four of Swords. I actually love it because it's about, I've been through it and I'm here for purpose. I just need to figure out what that purpose is right now. So I'm going to lay here and really figure out my stuff. I'm going to go through my thoughts, right? And then we have the Six of Cups, which is just about tapping into the inner child and feeling that sense of family with somebody. So I feel like, Gemini, whoever you're dealing with, now, guys, if you're dealing with a narcissist, somebody who did you wrong, did you dirty, was just an absolute loser in every sense of the word, this is probably not your reading for your relationship sector. Maybe for a friend or a family member, okay? If this is a relationship sector card, this person is in it with you. But it's like they're waiting for you to figure stuff out, and they're waiting for you to give them the thumbs up about where your relationship is ultimately going to end up going. But Gemini, be careful, because I feel like you're with a good person here, and I don't know if they're just, everybody has their limits, right? You don't want to keep somebody waiting too long. Just communicate. It's okay that you don't have it all figured out, but just make sure you communicate, you know? You want to communicate. You guys are going to be fine. You just have to love tarot. It's incredible. Yeah, I mean, listen, I feel like in the outcome, you're going to be in the space of realizing that you're just not getting everything that you need in your life right now. And you're definitely making these changes. And you're going to feel really so excited that you're making these changes. You're going to want to celebrate. You're going to just really be in a space where, yes, this is finally where I belong. I am on the path. I have been lost in space forever, right? Where Gemini, you connect with people in situations and you think they're great for a season, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, whatever, but for some reason things end up not working out. You end up not feeling connected, right? But I feel like there's an end to that, and this person in a situation is coming in with all kinds of beautiful ideas